Gentlemen, welcome to my official Crown Jewel 2024 match predictions. We're going to go over every single match that's currently announced for Crown Jewel 2024. I'm going to tell you who I think is going to win, and I'm going to tell you why I think they're going to win. And as of gentlemen, welcome to my official Crown Jewel 2024 match predictions. We're going to go over every single match that's currently announced for Crown Jewel 2024, and I'm going to tell you who I think is going to win, and I'm going to tell you why I think they're going to win. And as of the making of this video, there are a total of 6 officially announced matches for Crown Jewel. However, Crown Jewel will in fact have a total of 7 matches, and that's because there is still an unannounced match that will be officially announced at Friday Night SmackDown during this pre-tape show that's coming. Now, because that's spoiler territory, I'm not going to talk about that match until the very end of the video. So if you want to be spoiled, then stick around. Or if you've already been spoiled, then you can just stick around. But I will put major spoiler warnings. I will give you plenty of time to be able to turn off the video once we get to that last match, okay? Because I will not be the one that spoils it for you, just like how Wikipedia spoiled it for me. Because I looked up all the matches so that I could have all the participants right there ready for me to read, and it had the 7th match listed right there. And I had done such a good job of avoiding spoilers. Oh, by the way, I also increased the budget of the production of this video by changing the background of my light screen to match the whole Crown Jewel aesthetic. Look at me, really giving the people what they want. One last note before the predictions, it's kind of cool that we have 7 matches. It's been a really long time since we've had a PLE with this many matches. I'm curious how it's going to go. I'm curious if match times are going to be shorter. We'll see. I feel like it's going to be an interesting point of discussion once the smoke settles from Crown Jewel. As always, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications. If you're a wrestling fan, I'm confident that you're going to fall in love with this YouTube channel because we always upload daily wrestling content. Alright folks, let's jump into it. Let's start things off by talking about the United States Championship match between the champion LA Knight defending against Carmelo Hayes in a triple threat match. Here's the thing, I know that I've been very critical of how Game 7 ended between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. I never thought that they needed LA Knight to be involved in this. However, I am happy about the end result of all of this. I always wanted us to get to a triple threat match between these 3 because I just know that this match is going to be amazing. I am happy that the United States Championship and the champion LA Knight are on a PLE, and I'm happy that the 2 workhorses of the mid-card on SmackDown have earned this PLE spot. Both Andrade and Carmelo Hayes have absolutely earned this spot. Yes, I'm really happy that and I really think that this could be a low-key show steal. That being said, I am going to go with LA Knight retaining. There's a couple of reasons why. One, LA Knight is like super uber mega popular in Saudi Arabia, and WWE likes to give the feel-good moments to the Saudi crowd, and I don't think that they're going to have their boy LA Knight lose in front of this crowd. On top of that, I still think that it's still way too early in LA Knight's championship reign to take this title away from him. That being said, the Intercontinental Championship has kind of entirely bucked the trend of having lengthy championship reigns, so I don't really have that as a crutch to lay on anymore. But I'm not really saying that it's not been long enough as LA Knight is champion because of the time that has passed. I'm saying it hasn't been long enough because of the lack of meaningful feuds that he's had as champion up to this point. Like really, this is his first big one of substance because I just don't think that feud against Santos Escobar really held up a heck of a lot. I also think that we're going to see a situation where Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, these guys that still have unfinished business because of how Game 7 ended, are going to cost each other this match. They're going to cost each other the victory to the point that it's going to open up a window for LA Knight to pick up the victory. I think that there is a lot more that has to play out beyond this triple threat match. I think that there is still more between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, and I definitely think that there's more between LA Knight and individually both Carmelo Hayes as well as Andrade. So I am picking LA Knight. However, let's just do a little bit of a wild card prediction. What if LA Knight happens to lose? What happens? Look, Logan Paul has been part of every single Saudi show since he's been signed to the WWE, except this one. And LA Knight and Logan Paul still have some unfinished business. So in a world where LA Knight loses, I think it would be because Logan Paul gets involved and costs LA Knight the championship. Now that's not my official prediction. That's just kind of like a side bet prediction. But officially, I am going with LA Knight retaining the United States Championship. Let's talk about a match that I'm incredibly excited for. Seth freaking Rollins taking on Bronson Reed. I've said this before, but I'm just happy for Bronson Reed. This is a guy that has absolutely done everything to earn getting a spot at a WWE Premium Live event. And Seth Rollins, that's Seth freaking Rollins. That's one of the cornerstones of the WWE. But then you pair the guy that's always going to be on a PLE and Seth Rollins versus a guy that's done everything to earn a spot at a PLE, and I feel like you put them together and you're going to get magic. I do firmly believe that this is only match 1. I think that this could end up being a duology or even a trilogy of matches that takes us right into Raw Netflix. And I know that I've said this before, but I feel like there's a lot of comparisons right now between Bronson Reed's run and Nakamura's run at this very same time last year. The only difference is that Nakamura was going up against Seth Rollins that was World Heavyweight Champion, so he was heavily protected, even though they were playing the same injury angle that they're playing against Bronson Reed. The fact that Seth Rollins isn't World Heavyweight Champion tells me that because they are alluding to all of Seth Rollins' injuries, that there is a really strong chance that Bronson Reed takes match 1. And if Bronson Reed can actually pick up a victory here, he can do what Nakamura wasn't able to do, which is taste the main event and then stay in the main event for the rest of his career. I firmly believe that this could be the career feud for Bronson Reed that could allow him to stay in the main event. And a great way for him to start this is by beating Seth Rollins. I think that Bronson Reed pulls off a big upset and dethrones the perennial main eventer, future Hall of Famer Seth Rollins. Again, I want to make it clear that I don't think that this is a one-off match. I think that we're going to have multiple of these matches, likely a follow-up at Survivor Series, and probably a 3rd one going into Netflix. So my official prediction here, folks, is Bronson Reed. Now let's talk about the fatal 4-way match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. We have the champions Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair defending against Damage Control Kyrie Sane and Io Sky, the Metaphor Girls Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. I said this in a previous video, but this has been a feud that has rewarded like the super hardcore wrestling fans that watch all of the shows, because this is a unique feud in that it's played out across every single main WWE show, with the exception of maybe like WWE. You have seen story beats where this feud played out on Raw, SmackDown, and even as recently as on NXT. So I am excited for this match. I'm excited that all of these girls are getting a PLE now. I think that this is a great way to showcase how strong the women's division is on the main roster. And these aren't even going for a main women's world title. But when you see that many women going after the women's tag titles, I think that it's a sobering reminder that they probably should have done something for the women's mid-card championship that has yet to be announced here at Crown Jewel. Still, I am excited for this match because it's been a really fun build. But then on top of that, the talent in this match is actually out of this world. I think that this is going to be a really fast-paced match. I think that there's going to be a lot of cool multi-women spots, and I think that Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair do retain. That being said, this is an easy place to have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill lose because they don't have to be pinned in order to lose the tag titles, which is exactly what happened when they lost the tag titles in the first place at Clash at the Castle. So we have precedent for Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill losing here. There is plenty of evidence saying that this could be the place that they lose. However, I don't think that that's going to be the case. I don't think that WWE plays on the same heartstrings again for how Bianca and Jade Cargill lose the tag team championships. I think that they lose in a straight-up tag team match eventually down the line in some sort of miscommunication that starts a feud between the 2 of them. And I just don't think that this fatal 4-way is conducive of that yet. So I'm expecting a really fun match, but I am saying that and still your women's tag team champions will be Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Now let's move on to one of the grudge matches of this PLE. We have Randy Orton taking on Kevin Owens. I've already expressed my thoughts on this match in that 1, I'm incredibly excited for this, but 2, I deal with how Triple H built up how dangerous Kevin Owens is, how he feels like he's this cornered fox that's willing to do anything and everything at this point, but they probably should have made this an unsanctioned match because Triple H didn't want to give Randy Orton this match in the first place because of how dangerous Kevin Owens was and how fragile Triple H sees Randy Orton. So with the story beats that we had, I felt like WWE could have gone away with giving us an unsanctioned match, which is just anything goes through the rules type of match where the WWE in story isn't liable for anything that happens, which I think would have really worked really well considering Randy Orton's major history of spinal issues. But nonetheless, we have a regular one-on-one match between 2 greats of this industry, 2 guys that are going to be future Hall of Famers. So I'm just in general excited about this. On top of that, you compound it with a really intriguing storyline. I still don't know where it could go, and you got yourself a recipe for just something that could be cinematic. I am going to go with Kevin Owens. I was sold by Triple H's sell job here because he really made it sound like this is a different Kevin Owens. A Kevin Owens that is willing to dig deep into this bag of tricks, of nasty tricks, in order to take out the two guys that he feels have turned his back on. The one that had been betraying people left, right, and center throughout his career, but this is the first time that he's ever been felt like he was the one that was betrayed. So he's willing to do anything and everything to get back at Randy Orton and, of course, Cody Rhodes. So if you're going to sell him like that, if you're going to sell him as this absolutely dangerous, unstoppable, unhinged machine, then I better see that. And if I see that, then I think that he's going to win. And I do believe that Cody Rhodes' next step, his next major canon challenger, because there isn't one of those, I think it's going to be Kevin Owens at Survivor Series. So I'm going to say that they build up Kevin Owens here with a major victory over Randy Orton. Randy Orton knows how to lose at PLEs. It's apparently what he does most of 2024 at this point. So I am going to go with Kevin Owens. This is a WWE Crown Jewel video, and that likely means that you're going to watch WWE Crown Jewel. So if you want to make the WWE Crown Jewel even a little bit more fun by adding some stakes, then go check out the sponsor of today's video, MyBookie. Because over there, you're actually going to be able to place bets on WWE Crown Jewel results. So if you like the predictions that I'm making here and you want to just... You're actually going to get a 100%... So if you're one of them...
Sponsored CIA.
Now we're going to talk about the pair of Crown Jewel Championship matches. And let's start off with a match between the top two women's champions, between Liv Morgan, who is the women's world champion, taking on Nia Jax, the WWE women's champion. There is a lot of potential shenanigans that could happen in this match. A lot of shenanigans that have already essentially been foreshadowed. There's just so many players that could jump into and impact the result of this match. You have the likes of Naomi, who's got beef with Nia Jax. You have Tiffany Stratton, who could cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase against either of them because both champions are going to be vulnerable. You have Bayley potentially getting involved in this. You have Dominic Mysterio and Raquel Rodriguez. There are so many moving pieces that I expect this to be a fun, chaotic affair. This could be the closest thing to women's bloodline rules as it gets, with just entrance after interference after interference. The way that both of these champions have been booked on their subsequent shows hasn't necessarily been the strongest, because Liv Morgan has eaten like back